Welcome back, Christopher Aaron. Guys, I think part of the reason why price analysis gets a bad name sometimes is because you can see some people that post charts that look like this. I'm not going to name any names, but I have found plenty of people doing analysis where it ends up looking like this. And this is absolutely impossible to make any sense of. So in this video, I actually want to do something a little bit different and show you what I believe to be the most powerful signal for market analysis. It is a lot more simple than you might think, but it has to be done the right way. And then what I want to look at in the second part of this video, is there going to be a bond market crash? Because this is what has to do with the signal that we are seeing right now, this potential for a bond market crash. And you know, if the bond market crashes, real estate prices are going to take a major hit. So this is something to really think about if you're thinking about buying a home, or if you've taken on too much of a mortgage. It's like an adjustable rate mortgage. You have to be really careful here over the coming years because these rates could reset a lot higher on you. It's May 20th, 2026. This is what I want to look at today. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when these videos come out on YouTube. If you have 1 second to give it a thumbs up, I very much appreciate it. Last but not least, certain weeks I post quicker updates for free on X at iGlobalGold because I don't always have a chance to post here on YouTube. Let's get into it. This is the signal that I want to share with you. This is from my own lesson in market history. This is the S&P 500, the major large cap stock index, 2002 to 2009. And down here is the post-NASDAQ bubble recession of 2002, 2003, after that bubble. Now, I have part of the chart covered up here because I want to show you what happened in real time. If we go and we start to look at the trend that formed out of the post-NASDAQ recession, right? Starting with the major low here in October of 2002. And then we just continue with the next major low right here. You can see it where the blue arrow is. Notice this next major low right over there. Okay, that starts the trend. Now wait until you see how powerful this analysis is. You can apply this to your own education in any of the markets, but we will apply it to the bond market crash that I think is coming in just a moment. We have a slight false breakdown right there at the little red circle. You can see it, but just follow the original trend. Don't change the slope. That's the rule. Follow it, follow it, follow it, and ha. Notice that right there, it matches again. So clearly buyers for the S&P 500 were stepping in here at predefined levels every several years. You can see another couple of hits right there getting into 2007, 2008. Now, what happened here? This was a 6-year rising trend. What happened here in the beginning of 2008 is that there was a breakdown from this trend. Can you see it? The trend broke right there at the red call out. Now, I remember this in real time because this is when I started investing. I was investing 2007, 2008. This is when I really started to learn all the lessons that I apply today and that I want to share with you. Okay. Now, this was in the prelude to the global financial crisis. This is when Lehman Brothers was going under, Citibank went under, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac all went bankrupt. What else? Wachovia, AIG all went bankrupt, right? I mean, this was a crazy time. It was sort of this subprime housing crisis that developed in 2007, 2008 due to the bubble in the housing market in the United States. And I remember right here at the green circle, I remember the mainstream media coming out and saying, the housing crisis is contained, the mortgage problems are over, everything has been dealt with, right? And I remember looking at this chart in real time. I literally remember where I was, right up here, at this point right up here, saying to myself, wait a minute, is this just a retest of the broken trend from the opposite side, right? It acted as support, 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 broken. Did it just get rejected as a retest from the opposite side? But the mainstream media is claiming that everything is over and we're just going to start a new rising trend. I remember where I was the day that the mainstream media was making these proclamations. I was actually traveling. I was visiting a cousin of mine in Montreal, Canada. And I remember looking at the chart and saying, this just looks like a retest to me. And I remember saying, if that's right, then we're probably going to get something like this afterward, even though the mainstream media is saying that everything is resolved. Okay? Let me reveal the black box. This is what ended up happening. So notice, I was actually right on the direction, but I was too conservative. Because if you can notice, what ended up happening is it came down quickly after the retest, and then there was a little pause here in late 2008, and then what? The global financial crisis, a 56% crash from peak to bottom. This was the worst recession in the world since the Great Depression of the 1930s. So basically the second worst depression in 100 years in the United States. And I just remember this point right here after this very basic, very simple form of price analysis. Remember the chart that we looked at in the very beginning? It looked super crazy, super complex. It's like, how can you make any sense of that? And here I remember just looking at this one signal. It's like, is the support still there? No, it's violated. Okay, we can see that. And in that case, if the support is violated, when we come back up from the opposite side, doesn't that imply we're going to get something of a change in the trend, right? Which opens up the stage for a crash. That is what we ended up getting back in 2008, the worst recession since the Great Depression. Okay, breakdown, retest. What's the lesson here? Never ignore major trend breaks in the market. It looks so simple, but I am telling you, I think there's an entire industry built up around about trying to make this form of analysis more complex than it needs to be. It tends to be that in analysis, the most simple forms are the most powerful. So, now I want to look at the possibility of a bond market crash setting up in the United States and actually in most developed bond markets in the Western world. Here we are looking at the United States government 10-year bond price, the price of the bond over the last 46 years. Remember, the higher that the bond price goes, the lower that interest rates go because they move opposite. The lower that the bond price goes, the higher that interest rates go. They move opposite. So start to notice with me here the trend that began to form out of the lows in 1981 and start to pay attention to this trend. And remember, no trend is going to be perfect. Sometimes you have a slight violation there, but notice the message of the market. Try to identify the message of the market, and we're looking for a best fit trend. And you can see here, I mean, this actually gets crazy. This gets silly. How the buyers for 10-year government bonds in the United States just showed up at regular intervals every several years, not just for 6 years like we saw in the S&P 500, but for what? I mean, look at this. This is crazy. This is one line here. Can you imagine? I mean, they try to make this whole thing so complex. One simple line defined what? A 40 year rising trend in the bond price. That means what? 40 years of falling interest rates. So I've made this claim a number of times, basically to have been investing here in 1980, 1981, you must have been at least in your early 20s. So that what that means is no one born after 1957 in the world has any memory of anything other than rising bond prices or falling interest rates. Aha, look right here. So remember the last chart. That was a 6-year decline, a 6-year trend that broke and led to the global financial crisis. This is a breakdown of a 40-year rising trend in the 10-year government bond in the United States. Breakdown. That already happened. That was 2021 into 2022. Guys, do you think after 40 years of rising, it's just going to be 3, 4, 5 years of a decline and then we start going back up again? I don't think so. Look at what is happening right now. We're getting very, very close to the next leg lower. We're getting very close to this low from 2022. It looks to me like the bond market is about to fall out of bed. 40 years of rising, I think we could have 40 years of falling bond prices coming. Again, no one born after the year 1957 or 1958 has any sense of what this could mean for the markets because all they know is that the bond price goes up. So, the message here, remember, never ignore major market breaks, major trend breaks. And then the takeaway for the bond market, the largest market in the world, interest rates are about to go a lot higher. So if you have adjustable rate debt, I suggest you start paying it down ASAP. If you have an adjustable rate mortgage, you need to figure something out because I think mortgage rates are about to go several points higher in the United States and in most of the Western world where they offer long-term mortgages. You need to be really careful. Your payments are about to shoot higher over the next 12 to 18 months, according to our analysis here. Any sort of debt, any sort of leverage that you have in the system is about to get a lot more expensive. Now, remember, one last point. Over the short run, we see that in the precious metals, we see that short-term traders are scared of higher interest rates. But remember back to the 1970s, the last time that interest rates moved a lot higher. That was the best performing time for precious metals in the last 100 years. So we are about to enter a period of time like that again. The most simple but the most powerful form of analysis is going to be the one that leads us in the right direction. We do not need to overcomplicate things. This is why I have gravitated toward this system. After over 20 years in the markets, I have learned that the most simple and the most powerful forms of analysis tend to be the correct ones. In our Precious Metals Intelligence Plus subscription, we're going to be talking about how high the interest rates should go. So if you have an adjustable rate mortgage coming up or a lot of debt that's about to reset for a business loan, you need to see this information. We have a very good manner of projecting where the next level for interest rates are going to be over the next 12 to 18 months. That will be going into our Precious Metals Intelligence Plus subscription. Remember, it's plus because we cover a lot more than just gold and silver. We cover Bitcoin, the stock market, currencies, commodities, the bond market, the exact gold and silver miners that we are investing in here, everything that you need to be educated about the precious metals and the broader markets around the world today because everything is related. If you're not paying attention to the bond market, you're going to be an uninformed precious metals investor. It's that simple. If you're a higher net worth investor, you have to understand the power of private placements. Our next private placement will be coming within the next several weeks. I'll be making more of an announcement about that then. You get nearly twice as much upside on every investment that you make when you buy gold and silver mining companies via private placement because of the free warrants. That is our service called Elite Private Placements. If you would like to discuss how this research or analysis applies to your situation, know that you can book a consultation on our website. You can reach me. I do not take any fees or kickbacks from anyone in this industry. I'm entirely supported by subscribers such as yourself, individual investors that value independent analysis, which is what this is. So really take a look. I mean, guys, it's not going to be every day or even every year or every decade of your life that you see a 40-year break in the largest market in the world. The bond market is many-fold larger than the stock market or the precious metals market. When that thing breaks, which it is doing in front of our eyes, it's going to have ramifications throughout the entire world system of markets.